It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon on the 29th of November 2022. It's 8 degrees Celsius outside, and as you can see, it's not what we generally think of as a very nice day, but it's okay. It's very damp, and cool enough that one will want to wear a pretty good jacket, and probably it'd be better if it was a somewhat waterproof jacket. We just left Ruhlkirchen, where we live, where our house is, and to where we will be returning this afternoon. We're on our way to the it's not a landfill, it's a sorting station for basically for rubbish, and we've got lots of rubbish. The car is full, actually. This happens quite often with us because we tend to be Karen and I tend to be hunters and gatherers, and mostly gatherers, and at some point we realized that we just have to separate ourselves from some of the stuff we have gathered. I have here, for instance, a very nice desk that was for my oldest son when he was going to school in Germany. That would be 50 years ago. No, wait a minute, no, 40 years ago, I guess. And no, actually, closer to 50 years. Oh my goodness. Well, no, it doesn't make any difference. Long ago. The desk is really not usable for anyone. We don't know anyone with a child that would be needing a desk. And so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Got a big bag of garbage next to me. Not really garbage, but just papers and cartons and boxes and junk and so on. And then there's the what do they call, the drawers for the desk next to me here on the passenger seat. And in back we've got 1, 2, 3 bar stools that we had in the kitchen. 2 of them got eaten by Bella when she was young. They didn't get eaten, but she tore the bottom of the lining out. Bella, for those of you who haven't followed us regularly, is our 9-month-old Belgian Shepherd mix. Not to be confused with Hallgrim, our 3.5-year-old German Shepherd. Anyway, she damaged the stools. That wasn't the only thing. They squeaked really badly. I don't know. It doesn't seem to matter what you pay for a bar stool. They put lots of effort into making the sit part, the part you sit on, nice, but they all have junky adjustable legs or feet or whatever they're called. The under part that goes up and down. What's he doing here? Oh. And as a consequence, after you use them a year, even if the top is still in good condition, they squeak and rattle. And so anyway, we threw 3 of them away and bought a couple of new ones. They take up a lot of room, and they're just no use if you're not going to use them. There's no use in keeping them, of course. And let's see what else we got. Oh, we got a part of a sink that we bought a long time ago that we never used, and so on and so forth. Anyway, just all kinds of stuff that takes up space in the house, regardless of how big the house is, and our house is very large, of course. At some point, it gets filled up. I haven't been making many videos, as any of you who care about it have probably noticed. I just haven't. Well, it's a matter of time and energy, isn't it? I mean, it's not just saying you don't have time to make them. Of course, you could find time, but you have to also find the energy. And also, there really hasn't been that much that you could make a video of. I've got some work that I want to do on garden equipment, but once it got cold and started raining, I didn't feel like doing that anymore. So I've put that off. And the yard gardens are pretty well taken care of well, they are. Nothing more is going to get done with them until the spring, that's for sure. We're real busy with the dogs. We go out with the dogs 3 times a day, so that takes a lot of time. We drive out of the village. Hallgrim needs to have a place where he can walk a long distance, and so he and Karen go for usually a 3 kilometer walk at least twice a day, and a shorter walk once more. And now she's been going with Bella too. Unfortunately, because of my legs and feet, I'm really not. I just don't want to have to walk that far. It's just a matter of how much pain you can tolerate, or you want to tolerate anyway. So I usually just go with them and sit in the car. I look at my cell phone. I look at internet stuff, and that's about the only time of day that I can really just sit back and look at a few videos or something like that. One of our neighbors is in her 20-year-old Volvo behind us, Volvo station wagon. She's driven, I think, since it was new. It's in really good condition. I don't know what model. I don't know anything about Volvo models, but it's one of those big square boxy Volvos that were around, I guess, in the 1980s or 90s or whatever. We just went through a little town. Oh, she's following now at a distance of about 1 meter. I guess she's in a hurry. I'm just not going to go any faster, though. We're already going 90 kilometers an hour on a small road like this. I don't think it's really necessary to go a lot faster. Anyway, a number of things have happened that have been quite entertaining, quite humorous, or quite exciting. Not the least of which is the fact that we have a 3.5-year-old male German Shepherd, as I mentioned, Hallgrim, and most of you are familiar with Hallgrim. And we also have a 9-month-old Belgian Shepherd mix, Bella, who I mentioned before. And Bella, being a female, went into heat a few weeks ago. And let's just say that this did not go unnoticed by Hallgrim. Having a female dog and a male dog at the best age, so to speak, living under one roof when the female is in heat is, let's say, entertaining and exciting and about enough to drive you up the wall. But we lived through it, and fortunately we're able to keep them apart so that we won't be having a house full of puppies in the next months. And this will not happen again, because in January, February, Bella will be of the age that she can be sterilized, which we will do right away then. It's impossible to have a female and a male, or it's not impossible, but it's just too much stress for us and too much stress for them to have a male and a female dog in the same house when she goes into heat twice a year, and we're not gonna do that. I'm too old for it, and Karen is too sensible. So we will have her taken care of, and that'll solve that problem. The two of them get along just great. They really like each other, and there's no problem when she's not in heat, and they have a lot of fun together. So it's okay. It'll be fine when this doesn't happen again. We're now in Alsfeld. Alsfeld is I've introduced Alsfeld to you a number of times, but some of you may not have been around then. And it's a nice town in the dead center of Germany, the geographic center of Germany, actually. We're about 130 kilometers north of Frankfurt on Main. 35 kilometers east of Marburg, if Marburg is a name you recognize. For anyone that was in the military here, they may know about Gießen, because Gießen was a place with a big American presence until 20 years ago or whatever it was. And we're 120 kilometers south of Kassel. So that gives you a geographic, for if you have any idea about towns in Germany, that gives you a geographic idea where we are. Alsfeld has, I think, about 18,000 people. We're in the state of Hesse, in German Hessen, where the Hessians came from at one time. Well, I mean, I guess they still, I guess you can still call the people who live here Hessians, but I don't think anybody normally does. There's an old Mercedes in front of us, a 190E, a real sexy car at the time, actually. 2.6 liters, and I think it had about 175 horsepower or something. It was quite sporty back in the, well, it's probably 30 years ago. The E, as probably many know, stands for Einspritz, which means injection. It has had a fuel injection engine, which at that time was not all that common. So, and we're leaving Alsfeld now, and going to be on Highway 254 towards Fulda, as you can see on the sign in front of us here. We're not going to Fulda, however. We're just going to the disposal place. I've made videos of driving there before.